Alright, welcome back to our Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared reaction series. Today we're going to be looking at episode 2, which is called Time. Also, oddly, I think this is the only one that actually has a subtitle to it, so I guess they gave up on that idea afterwards. I mean, the episode topics are pretty self-explanatory anyways. But this is the episode that helped me discover the series. I talk about it in my reaction to episode 1 that you should go watch if you didn't yet. But when this episode came out in 2013 or something? This is old. This ended up being pretty big on Tumblr. I was seeing GIFs of it everywhere, and there was a big revolution of people drawing the clock guy as a Tim Burton-esque attractive human man. You know, the same way that they do with Bill Cipher. That's something that really stands out to me, because people look back on that as a cringe Tumblr thing, but it's not. This little video, this series, this one specifically though, it sparked so much creativity in people. To be able to come up with a human design for this character who is a circle, he is a clock. I think people should be much more proud of their interest in creating their own world here, because there's tons of stuff that people basically just made up about Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Once there was only 2 episodes out, they made up all these storylines and theories and character designs for if the characters were more human-like and stuff. And I don't know, it continues to really impress me. But that sort of interest has definitely gone away over time, and now people are kind of embarrassed of the fact oh my god, remember when we were so obsessed with that clock from that video? But it's they were onto something. Look at some of those humanized character designs. But anyways, I know that that's such a weird thing to talk about in regards to this video, but that's what stands out to me, and that's what I want to be able to make videos where I talking very honestly and openly about the nichest things imaginable, because that's my whole life. My whole teenage life was Tumblr, and this video series was surprisingly kind of a big part of that time on Tumblr. This is something that actually matters to me, and it's something that I remember a lot that I don't think people, other creators wouldn't really talk about, because other creators are going to be watching these videos and making terrified expressions, whereas I am just revisiting them. So I apologize that this isn't you're watching me get scared, but hopefully you're just watching me reminisce on these, and you're reminiscing as well if you've seen them before, which I would assume most people have at this point. But I asked a question in the other videos, I guess I should ask one now. Which Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared video has your favorite song? That's tough for me. I really like Fives because it's catchy but also really weirdly awkward. My problem with Fives is that it gets interrupted a lot by the spooky phone call that happens, and they retain that even on the soundtrack version. And I would much rather just be able to listen to that without the interruptions. But then again, without the interruptions, it would probably actually be pretty short. So I think because of that, I would actually say maybe 4 is my favorite. Maybe it goes 4, 1, and 5 as my top 3. But they're all pretty great. But which ones are your favorite? Don't even consider the video itself. Just if you plugged in headphones and one of those songs is playing, which one would you like the most? But anyways, let's check out this episode. It definitely, in comparison to the first one, we're going to immediately notice how much more money has gone into this. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared 2 Time. Again, the only one that has a title card, I think. Even right away, look, in the first video, you don't even see their full bodies at all, I think. Here, this is already more impressive.
Come on, guys, stop.
And the bird guy has the brighter colors.
We only have 5 minutes until our show's on.
That's not enough time. How many people are gonna? I just realized
time for a song.
How many people are gonna post this as a? I love that he's talking to me. What? The red guy's really good in this one. But yeah, this will be a great meme for the day before the show comes out, huh? So we're all waiting for this show.
The future doesn't exist.
I never noticed there was a date on that picture.
It's 9:45. Time to have a bath.
1955?
Scrub, scrub, scrub till the water's brown. Time is a ruler to measure the day. It doesn't go backwards.
This one has weird pacing. It's the pacing in this one that makes it uncomfortable.
Let's go on a journey through all time, a time that's changing all the time. It's time to go to time.
But we don't really want to. We're going to miss our show.
be
today.
stupid, friends. Come on, it's time to go.
And then it picks up, and then we're like, oh yeah.
And speaking in rhyme.
With cobbles and chimneys, a simpler time.
This tree that is old has circles inside.
A tree that is older has shriveled and died.
The apple that's fresh is ripe to the core.
This effect is so cool.
I'm not anymore.
I love
Time
it.
could be told by the moon or the sun, but time flies
And like, look,
fast
there's
when
so
you're
many
having fun.
new puppets in this one, that are used in single shots, like that moon or those trees.
And camping.
I'm friends with my dad.
Like birthdays. That was like the fakest balloon ever. I didn't even notice that. Like, looked like it's straight up clip art.
Then what happened?
And then
after
Dad.
the olden days.
The
Time went new and got
The
old
lore
like
dad.
history. Stuff from the past went into a mystery.
An old man died.
Look, a computer. Everything's cool. It's the future. Time is now.
the best part.
Future and you. Look at all the
This,
wonderful
the
things
design
you
of
can
this
do with
fucking
gadgets.
machine is so
Email
cool.
addresses.
My dad is a computer.
Look at the time.
That's like the raunchiest thing
It's
that has been in this series, I think. Like even after this, they don't make sexual references
Fish
like that.
everywhere.
That what he's watching.
Now you can
Fish
see
everywhere.
your
Classic. The
time.
people.
It helps us make
Oh,
pizza.
that was such a Tumblr thing too. The fish.
And when will it stop?
Time is important, and I am a clock.
If we run out of time, then where does it go?
Is time even real? Does anyone
I forgot about that. How can I forget about this joke coming up?
An illusion created by...
Sunrise, sunset, night
That
and
is-
day.
that is
Check
so
your
loud,
seasons,
though.
the smell of hay. Look at your hair grow. Isn't it strange how time makes your appearance change?
Oh, that's so gross.
make it stop?
It's out of my hands. I'm only a clock. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll be fine. But eventually, everyone runs out of time.
Maggots. Also, Channel 4 like put money into this episode, I guess. Man, it's so much more impressive than the first one. If we want to like right off the bat compare, like I don't know why I stopped on this show. I think the song in the first one's definitely better. Like this one's not enough. It's not sing-songy enough. The creativity song from the first one sounds much more legitimate, like a Sesame Street sort of song or something, like the kind of thing that they're going for. I want to pause in this shot because I love the human hands coming out typing on this keyboard. Like it's so surreal. It's so weird. I love this this thing. There's also significantly more lore stuff in this. Like they definitely, once they put this one out, realized like there was the potential to do more and do the Kickstarter and stuff even before they did the Kickstarter, which I can't remember. I don't know how soon after this they did the Kickstarter, but man, I wish I wasn't like a teenager when that came out, so I could have supported it and gotten some of the cool like merch and stuff that they gave out for that. Like, wasn't a DVD part of that? This is tangential, but I remember the Ed's World. I think it was an Indiegogo actually instead of a Kickstarter. But when Ed's World was having an Indiegogo to like help continue the series, I think one of the rewards was a DVD. And my God, every day of my life I wonder, like, what did that come out? Like, do people have that? It's got to be super rare and expensive now, but like that'd be so cool to have. And this too would be so cool to have. That's completely unrelated though. But yeah, it's just awesome how much more ambitious this one is. How much nicer the puppets are, clearly. There's so many more sets. There's lots of stop motion stuff going on. It's so surreal. Like, this is probably kind of the most surreal out of all of them, aside from 6. But I consider 6 like its own category because it ends up being kind of very story focused. Whereas this one, like, just in terms of song sequence, like, this one is the way that the red guy here, I reference this all the time. I forgot about what he's like. Who is that? Like, that's so funny. It's just so weird because, like, who is he talking to? It's very interesting. Also, the globes here, which comes into play later. That's interesting. I wonder if they just use the same prop. Probably not, because I feel like the globe in 4 has a brown hook thing. Brown stand. And if I'm right about that, then that's really weird that I know that somewhere. But that's how you could tell that I watched 4 a lot. This one I definitely just have not seen in so long. This one and 3, which I'll be watching right after this in a separate video, that one, I really have barely, I don't have that much memory of it. Like, I am excited to look at that one. There's so much to see in this one. Let's just look at it again. There's so much
Like a merry-go-round.
stuff in here where it's like, is that symbolic or is it just supposed to be weird? Like what he says, like, an old man died, but look, a computer. Like, is that actually supposed to, is that deep? Or is it just weird, you know? That too, that little effect there where, like, his voice is glitched out there when he starts singing. I like that effect. Did it say dad a second time, like in an echo there? Everything's cool. It's the future. I wish he kept those sunglasses on for the rest of the video.
Fish everywhere.
Oh yeah, and the sketchbook's in that shot too. I forgot about that.
When did it start?
And when will it stop?
Time is important, and I am a clock.
If we run out,
I love that. Like at first they're asking a question and he just keeps talking. They just like pretend that they didn't say it. But then they keep asking and he gets fucking pissed. That ear bleeding thing grosses me out. It's always like more subtle things like that that are gross, you know? The squishy sound effect there is gross too. Them, you know, aging and melting here. This is cool. This is cool. And it's so freaky that he makes such an evil expression when all this is happening. And he's rocking the chair. I don't think I ever noticed that. Oh, and he's in the background there too. Wow, I don't think I noticed a lot of that. Oh yeah, and then the eyeball still on the floor. I remember so many theories about that stuff. Oh, such a classic video, such a quality video. The first one has so much charm, and I like the song better for sure. But the production quality here on this one is so cool. Like, no wonder this totally hooked me when I first saw it when I was a bit younger. This one's really, really awesome. I was kind of going into this rewatch thinking that I wouldn't think it was that awesome, but maybe it's just because I'm comparing it to the first one so much. Like, it's so great. The quality of their work here totally holds up. You know, whereas, like I was saying with the first one, you could tell that it was a smaller project and it's kind of rough. Not just when you compare it to these ones, but when you watch it now in general, like, you can tell, like, that wasn't meant to blow up. You can tell that was made with like tighter constraints, but this was like they had a success and then they rolled with it and they made this masterclass goofy video, and then from here they just get even more masterful. And then we're getting a TV show of 22-minute episodes of this. Like, are you kidding me? I cannot wait to see what the heck is going to go on there. But yeah, I think that's about all I have to say about this one. I mean, there's tons of theory cracking stuff that you could do here, but I don't even know where to begin with that kind of thing. I just want to look at them and talk about the nostalgia and you know, just revisit them and have fun. So let me know your thoughts about this episode, and stay tuned to my channel for more Don't Hold Me I'm Scared coverage, as well as more coverage of just cartoons and media in general. I love when I get the chance to talk about things like this that are, I mean, this isn't lesser known, so I guess it's a bad example, but things like this that are very specific that I like. You know, the whole point of my channel is to be able to talk about stuff that I like and just share my memories of it and stuff and promote it. I don't think Don't Hook Me I'm Scared needs that much promotion though. I mean, definitely the show, you know, like, maybe not that many people know that that's happening still, but I'll keep doing my darndest to make sure that people do know, because it's probably going to be pretty awesome. Thanks for watching.